if you are an individual who is interested in investing in any given company, there are some character traits, there are some fundamentals which you need to look into that company before you invest. Remember, you are investing in a given business, and the main reason why you are investing is to ensure that you retain your own money which you invested in that company, and on top of that money, there should be some gains which could be added on that money. There should be some profits because you are not doing charity to any given company or to any given investment. So today, we are supposed to look into Safaricom. That's one of the biggest companies in Kenya, and I believe it's the one which has the biggest market capitalization. It's around 1.14 trillion of late, and it even goes beyond that. So, Safaricom is the company which we are going to look at. And from Joseph Carlson, there are some things. This is a YouTuber in the US, and I like him because he discusses on the whole issue of compounding. He is not a daily trader, he's an individual who invests for the long term. And the way he follows investors, the like of Warren Buffett, Chris Oni, we have the likes of Jali Munga when he was alive, and other great investors. So he is not a gambler, he's an individual who is interested for the long-term investment. So that's why I love him so much in terms of investments, and that's why I follow some of the things which he teaches. So I decided to download some of the notes or principles which he follows before he invests in any given company, and those are the things which we will try to follow in much detail on the whole issue of Safaricom. This video is going to be of limited time frame, so I'm going to kind of rush mambo all over, but I do believe there are some things which we will get one way or another. And if I'm going to make some mistakes, then I like your correction in the comment section. So, number one, concerning on Safaricom, if you want to invest in any given company, ensure first that this company enjoys kind of a monopoly, or in short, it enjoys monopoly. So if you consider Safaricom, Safaricom is the biggest telecommunication in Kenya. We do have the likes of Airtel. We used to have the likes of you. I believe there was you which merged with the Airtel. Then Airtel changed it from Sane to Celtel, whatever. These companies have been kind of branding Nanda again, but Safaricom has already retained its market share, and it has continually kept growing each and every time. So, in short, without fear of contradiction, I can say that Safaricom enjoys monopoly, and that's why we would like to invest in that company because it enjoys monopoly. And there have been competitors. We had the whole issue of the company which is associated with Elon Musk. That is, what's the name of the company, which deals in terms of data. That company came, there was kind of commotion all over, and the individuals thought that Safaricom is going to lose its revenue source, but at the end of the day, we have seen that individuals have gone back to Safaricom. So that's why I'm saying that Safaricom is one of those companies which you should invest because it kind of enjoys monopoly. There are some competitors, but those competitors are not taking advantage of what, even when Safaricom has kind of shortcomings. For instance, we had the whole issue of demonstrations, and Safaricom is accused, and it's true, it's not kind of false, it's my own opinion. It's my own opinion. In this country, you have freedom of speech. So there was this case in court which was associating Safaricom with giving the locations of those individuals who were thought to be going against the government. So, in one way or another, those competitors of Safaricom have not been taking advantage of that. So, I can say Safaricom is enjoying monopoly. So, it can be a kind of a good investment. Remember, this is not an investment advice, it's just I giving out my own opinions. So, in terms of revenue, those are some of the things you should also consider in any given company. So, in terms of revenue, Safaricom, its revenue has been fluctuating now and again. It has not been a constant growth over a long period of time. The revenue of Safaricom is kind of so random, so you can't predict how this revenue is actually generated, which is kind of a setback in terms of investing in Safaricom. So in terms of revenue, Safaricom is not doing that well. So, but there are some issues which may be associated where there's revenue fluctuations now and again, but that I'm not aware of. So in terms of revenue, Safaricom, it has been fluctuating. So also in terms of, since revenue is kind of directly associated with cash flow, also the cash flow of Safaricom, even if it has been kind of positive, it has been fluctuating, it has not been so constant. So another characteristic which may encourage you to go and invest in Safaricom is that it has kind of three major levels where it gets its revenue from. That is, we have the communication, we have M-Pesa, voice communication, we have M-Pesa, and then we have data. Those are kind of the three major places where Safaricom generates its revenue. So they are kind of massive and they do generate more, especially M-Pesa. It's so massive, it generates a lot of revenue for the company, which is a good thing. So, and also what I saw, Safaricom, one of the mistakes, not the mistakes, maybe there's a genuine reason why it has not been buying back its shares. So remember, if a company decides to buy back its shares, it then rewards its shareholders who continue to be associated with the company, because once the outstanding shares are kind of brought back to the company, the value of that company increases. So Safaricom has not been buying back its shares, so which is not a good character trait, but we may say that there are good reasons why Safaricom is not doing that. And also in terms of dividends, Safaricom has been kind of consistent in giving out the dividends, so which is a good character trait why you should invest in that company. Once a company has kind of massive profits, it should share with its own shareholders. Another thing which I think is a good character trait why you should invest in a company like Safaricom is that there are opportunities for growth. For instance, it has expanded to Ethiopia and it is growing so fast in Ethiopia. So which is a good opportunity to ensure that once this company generates a lot of profit or a lot of revenue from Ethiopia, then it could be shared back to its shareholders. So that's kind of some of the traits where you should invest in Safaricom. So if you are kind of believe in the Safaricom as a brand and what it does and what it stands for in the society, then I do encourage you, go ahead and invest in Safaricom. But if you don't believe in what they do, especially them being accused that they are giving out details and locations of individuals who are not for the government, who are pro free speech, pro democracy, then maybe Safaricom may not be a good investment opportunity for you. But if you ask I for my own opinion concerning the PEE ratio of Safaricom as a company at the moment, I I don't think I could invest in Safaricom at the moment, but in the near future I would invest automatically in Safaricom without any question, because I do believe there is a great opportunity for growth, and also the, there is the company is not going to cease to exist like tomorrow. The company will be in existence for a long period of time, because we understand how massive this company is expanding its business model. It has money market fund. It's going for gas. I saw individuals buying gas because Safaricom has enabled them to do that. Safaricom is loaning individuals a lot of resources. It's kind of, I can kind of like Safaricom as something which is almost like Alibaba, where you almost get everything, and in the near future it may end up being the Alibaba of Kenya. What are your thoughts? Could you like to invest in Safaricom? Remember, this is kind of for entertainment purposes. If you are interested to invest in Safaricom, just comment below. See you in my next one.